Do you want to be more humble without shrinking your confidence? Most people think that humility is all about playing small, but the truth is, real confidence comes from mastering humility the right way. So stick with me, because I'm about to show you how to have harmony between the two. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Kiaundra Jackson Show. I am your host, licensed marriage and family therapist, Kiaundra Jackson. Now, before we get into it, I need for you to put in the comment section, do you consider yourself a humble person? Do you feel like you exude humility, or is this an area that you need to improve upon? Let me know. The first way to have more humility without shrinking your confidence is to listen more than you speak. Confident humility comes by valuing other people's perspectives. Of course, your perspective matters, but it's important to have questions for others, to stay curious. Y'all know that I often tell you guys to stay curious and have questions in order to improve your relationships. This is an important one, but also too, truly listening and waiting to your turn to talk is a skill set that we all need to learn. We do this all the time, myself included, where we're having a conversation with someone and we're just literally waiting for them to stop talking for us to get our point across. And sometimes we even interrupt the other person too, right? That doesn't show that you have this sense of confidence. It also kind of shows arrogance. And we know that humility, pride, arrogance, all of those things are antonyms. Because you'll be surprised at how much you learn by just zipping it, keeping your mouth closed, not saying anything or saying less, and just being a little bit more observant in some situations. The second way to be more humble without losing your confidence is to know your own strengths and limitations. Now, I could have said weaknesses, but I'm trying to change my wording here, because what happens is when you know your strengths, the things that you are absolutely 100% good at, that you can do with ease, but then you also know the areas that you struggle and you have to have some improvement on, that allows you to invite other people into your world to allow them to help you. We have this false sense of humility where we feel like we have to downplay our own abilities, our own successes, our own strengths in order to make other people feel good. That's not humility, boo. Because what it really is about recognizing the good things about yourself, but also stating and knowing that you don't know everything. And when you do that, it allows you to build not only respect, but also confidence. The third way to help you be more humble and not lose your confidence is to hang around people that are actually humble. One of the best ways for you to learn something is through modeling. And modeling is basically either being the role model and being the thing and doing the thing, or watching, learning from other people who are right there with you and right there beside you. So hang around people who are really humble, not that false humility like, oh, no. People who are truly humble. That means you need to pay attention to their mannerisms, what they say, what they do, what they don't say, and more than likely how they treat other people. Yeah. The fourth way to be more humble without losing your confidence is to give credit where credit is due. It's important to celebrate the successes and the wins of other people without feeling like you have to be in the middle and take all of their shine. Avoid taking sole credit for work that was a collaborative effort. So if you did something, but you had a team of people behind you, or you worked with somebody or collaborated with somebody, you don't sit up there and be like, oh yeah, it was me. I did all the work. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely not. You share that win with everybody involved. So acknowledge that teamwork, because again, that goes back to you being a confident person and having real humility by sharing the load. And last but not least, the fifth way, and before I give my final thoughts on this, is to be open to feedback and constructive criticism without defensiveness. The key word to this one is without defensiveness. If someone says something or does something and it's coming from a good place and they have a good heart and they want to see you be better and improve upon a thing, allow yourself to accept that criticism, that constructive criticism, with grace. And I know as humans, our flesh, the first thing is for us to get offensive. Woo, you told me that. What about you? I can't believe you said that. Blah, 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 blah. That's our nature. But when you truly want to be humble, you're going to use that as an opportunity to improve upon yourself and also to grow in whatever area they're trying to help you improve upon, whether that is personally, whether that's emotionally, verbally, spiritually, relationally, financially, whatever the case may be. Now, there are are some people who are just nasty and funky and they just trying to be a hater. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about people who genuinely have your best interest in mind, and they've shown that with a track record based on their patterns of behaviors in the past. So my final thoughts on this is that humility is something that has to be practiced over and over and over again. Now, I have said this on my channel before when we were talking about pride and we were talking about other conversations, and that was something that I felt like I had to personally work on. I naturally, by nature, tend to be a little bit more prideful and a little bit more arrogant, a little bit more haughty. And the word of God says that that's a no-no, right? And so because you guys know that I am a believer, this is something that I have been intentionally working on to knock down that pride, to be more humble, to allow myself to soak some of these things in. And people look at us, you know, as licensed therapists, and they think you're supposed to be perfect. You're supposed to be humble, meek, and mild. Child, we human just like y'all. So I strive to be as transparent as possible on these channels and when I'm speaking with you guys, because I don't want any of you to feel like I have arrived or that I'm judging you. But I hope these videos help you to know that you are not alone. And these are areas and just some tips and some tricks and some tools that you can utilize in your everyday work with your family, with your friends, with your coworkers to be a better person. So thank you so much for watching another episode of the Kiaundra Jackson Show. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, because that helps me to create videos like this for you every single week. But until next time, I'll see you later.